Ever feel like the more you push, more hours, more discipline, more optimization, the faster your energy drains, your focus fractures, and burnout creeps in deeper? Here's a counterintuitive flip most high achievers miss. The real secret to lasting strength isn't forcing more, it's mastering restraint. Conserve your inner resources, spend less mental energy on endless striving, drop the performative grind, and watch what happens. You build deeper reserves of calm power, anxiety fades, clarity sharpens, results compound with way less effort, and your life force actually lasts longer, rooted and unbreakable. This one practice turns depletion into enduring sovereignty. Welcome back to the Boundless Sovereign YouTube channel, Perennial Truths, Modern Freedom. Please like and subscribe to the channel. This gets this video out to more people who can enjoy these timeless truths. And let's get started. We're in chapter 59 of the Tao Te Ching. I'm reading from the John Minford translation. The original book was by a fellow named Lao Tzu. Chapter 59, Thrift. This is actually one of my favorite chapters. So, in ruling others and serving heaven and nature, nothing excels thrift. Early surrender to the Tao brings a double measure of inner power. A power that prevails over all. A power that has no bounds, that can possess a nation. Possessing the mother of the nation, it endures. It has a deep root and a firm stalk. This is a Tao of long life, of enduring vision. And as with our daily tradition, I'll also be reading from the River Master's commentary. Thrift is a love that cares for every smallest detail. A ruler who loves the folk and cares for their prosperity should not countenance extravagance, should care for every detail, let nothing casually fall away. The deep root is breath energy, the firm stock is spirit essence. And as a special bonus day, I'll also be reading Magister Liu's commentary as well. Thrift is the careful harvesting of breath energy and spirit essence. A wise economy of heart and mind, one that does not set undue store by superficial talent and ability. To surrender to the Tao of thrift is to gather a double measure of inner power. With this, all selfish desire is eliminated. The mother is close at hand. Life endures in an unceasing flow. Thrift is a small word for a large idea. It is a key to ruling others and serving heaven and nature. To rule others with thrift, one must observe the outer radiance with desire and must contemplate the inner marvel free from desire. Gradually, the human heart and mind is extinguished. To serve heaven and nature with thrift, contemplate the inner marvel from desire. Keep simple undyed silk in view. Embrace the uncarved block. Return to heaven and nature. This is not lightly achieved. It is the result of daily practice in the Tao, of cherished breath energy, of not letting it drain away. This brings a double measure of inner power. Desire is extinguished and true principle of heaven and nature comes forth unsullied. The nation is not out there somewhere, it is within. It is the most excellent terrain of heart and mind. The seeker of the Tao puts all meddling and business aside, returns to the true elixir, abides in the highest terrain. This is the true seed. The son returns to the mother, cleaves to her. The son knows the man, but cleaves to the woman. The son is nourished by the mother, builds strength from softest shoots, from tiniest details. Thrift. Wow, this is this one I really do enjoy this chapter, and I'll tell you why. I think thrift applies across the board to every aspect of your life. And what I think Lao Tzu is trying to say is that if you can manage to be of thrift, meaning you watch what you spend, and it's not just in this applies to money as well as it applies to energy, as well as it applies to your attention, your caring, anything that is spent, right, is something you can balance and control. And so the idea is to save your energy. And they use the breath energy as the key point here. And the way I think about this, I say this to my wife all the time. She hates it. She'll get anxious about something, almost everything it seems like, and she'll start to kind of toil in this angst, and she'll do like a little bit of what I call a spiral, and she'll spiral around this whatever the problem is, and so she's wasting her time and her attention and her strength and her everything that all of her inner resources are being exhausted by whatever this potential issue is. And this is where self-cultivation, dropping the story of who you think you are, dropping the story of the things that you think are most important, your work, your money, your family, all these things, dropping the idea of those things conserves your life energy. The more time you spend focused on the things that outside of you that you can't control, and the more inner angst and less alignment you feel, the more difficult it is to align with the Tao. And the more energy you waste. And when you waste, just like when you waste money on stupid stuff, on things you don't really need, you end up in a situation where you're not empowered, you can't be generous, and you're left in this survival mode, which is a waste of your God-given talents and abilities. Because when you're focused on just trying to survive the day or the week or the month, trying to make rent, you can't be your best creative, loving, joyful, peaceful self. And so then the people around you will suffer because they get the worst of you in those moments. So thrift, to bring it back to thrift, this idea of thrift to rule the nation, which is yourself. The self is the nation. With thrift, with abundance of inner power, allows you to be immensely generous, not only with yourself, but with the people that are around you. I like to use the idea of money when I think about this idea because I think it's very tangible. If you are thrifty with your money, meaning you don't spend extravagantly on things, and you only use the money for the things you think you really need, food, shelter, clothing. I'm not saying you can't buy things for yourself. I'm not saying that. But if you're smart with your money and you put a little bit away and you put a little bit in the stocks and maybe you buy your home and you squirrel away an extra mortgage payment every quarter, whatever you're able to do, right? But the thriftier you are, and the more resource you gather, this is true for energy, but I'm using money as the example right now. The more generous you can be, the more powerful you become, and the better life you can have. It sounds obvious, and a lot of this truth is incredibly obvious. That's what makes it truth, is that it seems universally obvious that this is what it is. And so as you use thrift in your financial life, and money in a lot of ways is similar, if not exactly the same, as energy, and you use this in your internal life, your spiritual life, you will watch your life unfold in a new and spectacular way, and it's going to feel almost like miraculous. It's an incredible feeling. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is the Boundless Sovereign YouTube channel, Perennial Truths, Modern Freedom. This was chapter 59, I believe, and we'll see you in chapter 60 in the Tao Te Ching. We're getting there. We've got about 21 chapters or so left to go. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.